So give up. Stop now before you break, kid.
Listen to Mr. Song. You push yourself way too hard.
Dry your eyes and look ahead. You may feel like digging your heels in, but the flow of time waits for no one. It won't patiently stand by as you grieve.
It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want?
I wanna be a Super Saiyan! I wanna!
I think I get it now. If the system is bent on using me, I'm just gonna have to use the system.
Now plant your feet, grit your teeth, and eat that horse! I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to feed. I work like I got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Baki. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your oxy. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy.
What's going on, everyone? Matic here, and guess what? We've made it through another year. So it is currently New Year's Eve, or New Year's of 2026. Whew, it's been a ride, hasn't it? And I'm making this video, one, to go over what has happened this year, plans for the next year, but also thank you guys. Because no channel, especially mine, cannot exist without y'all. And as a demonstration of that, this past year has actually been the most growth that we have had on the channel in its 5 years of existence. In just this past year alone, we have had an additional 43 subscribers. We're now currently at 94 subscribers. I'm hoping this next year that we can get up to 100 because I have something special planned. And I do have subscriber milestones and stuff where I will do certain things for those milestones. And they're already pre-programmed ahead of what they're going to be. It's just our job, or my job, to help get y'all there if y'all think the information that I'm putting out there, the content I'm putting out there, is good enough for you to continue watching. Because the reason I started this channel is I am still in the main dojo that I've always been in. We've changed locations, but I'm still under the same instructor. I have traveled around the world meeting other instructors, even his instructor that we are still under. And unfortunately, I've tried starting my own dojo myself. It's just in the current area that we are in at the time, the way that the economy was, and probably even now, it's not really good for me to be able to start my own business, especially in the martial arts industry. People are wanting the latest and greatest and the flashy stuff, and unfortunately we just don't do that. So I created this channel as another means of getting the information that I believe I have value and that I want to get out there. Now, it's not the super secret squirrel stuff that we currently do or work on on our own time that we don't teach out to the masses or even normal students, but hopefully eventually we'll get there, and there will be a backlog of evidence of demonstrating on how to do it. I don't believe in no cheat knockout. Use your fist, use your hands. It's like, we aren't airbenders, that stuff doesn't work. But enough about that, let's do a little bit of a review. Follow me. So for a quick look back, let's look at the videos that got the most attention of our top 5. The biggest one by far is the Jesse Uncomp Japanese Jiu-Jitsu reaction video that we did, where we kind of went over some things talked about in the video itself, a little bit better explanations and slight interpretations that might have been a little bit clearer than was presented in the video. But along with that video being my most viewed, my most watched, and the one that's got me the most subscribers, the comments placed upon it are obviously people who only look at things surface level and not actually paying attention to what's being said. The two first comments that I got for a long time, first comment is basically talking about my appearance, like basically saying because of what I look like, it's not lost on to me, that using sarcasm, that I'm the best person to talk about martial art. And my reply was, prove to me if anything that I said was wrong. And of course, he didn't reply because he's a coward. Second one was telling me not to talk about martial arts because it's not my profession. Guess what? For a vast majority of martial arts instructors, it's not their profession either. It's just something they do. My instructor, however, it is his profession. It is almost the only job that he has. It is his primary job. So again, for a vast majority of martial arts instructors, martial arts is not their profession. But guess what? I will counter those two arguments with the comment from the instructor from that video himself, Para Erickson, saying, "I appreciate your reaction reflection over Jesse's video. I think you did a good job, sir. All the best." That means more to me than anything those two comments could have possibly said. Second video was my Rolling Thunder Ninja Star, going over on why you might practice rolls or whatever while also practicing with a weapon. I thought it was pretty obvious. Learning how to manipulate your weapon in unconventional means that you can control it better in regular circumstances. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, along with that, I got a couple of comments on that as well. One of them was deleted because he decided to come at me with snark and couldn't handle the fire. Third video was the 10th update of the On the Road to Baki video. I can't really think of anything special from that one, but much appreciated. Thank you for watching it. And then the last two videos were the 5 principles of fighting that pretty much no matter if you do purely point sparring or you do full contact fighting, all the 5 of those principles has to be in there for it to work. And then last was my hook kicking video, which some of y'all seem to have liked. Thank you. So things looking to do in the future is I'm still going to keep doing the reaction rinse videos. Y'all have seen that really enjoyed those. I kind of like making them, mostly because I like showing things that are real, that do have merit, but explaining some of the magic that's behind them in order to let regular people understand this is how it works, or this is how you can build up to some of these more fantastical things that we see. But again, no touch knockout stuff or no touch throwing or anything, complete bull. It's not real. Other plans is I have a handful of other martial arts specific videos I want to finish up, but one of the things I also want to get into is bladesmithing or weapon making. And what I mostly want to do is not get into the actual building and making itself. It's the design or construction choices you might use for a particular weapon. Why you might use this way to make a weapon versus another way. What are the pros and cons of one or the other? And it might change depending on your application for that particular weapon. That's one of the things that kind of really fascinates me, and we'll go over some of those, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so getting away from that, we're going straight into the Baki stuff. So this last 2 weeks, again, they've pretty much been the same as the last update. The only thing that we did add is in the stepping punch that I'm doing, I'm also hitting the heavy bag for a number of rounds, and that's mostly as a good structural check and things of the like. Kicks have pretty much been the same. I've mostly been working on smoothing them out and adding a little bit of power type stuff, working on different heights, body, head, going a little bit low for kicks and stuff like that. For general working out, it's again pretty much the same. Been doing deadlifts, kettlebell swings, and kettlebell shoulder press. Along with those has been the sword swings and stuff I've been doing mostly for the Iron Fist video that y'all can go and see. And there is a follow-up video to that actually has better numbers in my grip strength. It's actually like 10 or 15 pounds heavier than what's in the original video. Something about the machine got messed up or whatever. So the training does absolutely work. In 6 months' time, adding almost 10 pounds of crushing strength is a pretty big jump for people, because it's also not like it's my first time working out. I've worked out or lifted heavy things and had the grip things for almost most of my life, and then for this dedicated practice to add that is pretty significant. So now as for the next things that I'm going to do for the Baki stuff, so for just the stepping punch, I'm going to do a little bit more on the heavy bag itself, really start myself getting used to that. I'm going to start adding a reverse punch or a second punch, boom, boom, after that first one, so that we start working on to a combo thing. I haven't quite figured out on how I can hit a bag with that particular combo without severely breaking down the power, or just not worrying about getting the second punch to hit because the bag has already moved after the first punch. So I'll figure out on what I have to do with that. For the kicking parts, what I'm thinking of that I'll probably do is make the first attack when I first lunge out before I do the transition to the kick. I'll make that attack a real attack and then go right into the kick, or after the kick, wherever I happen to land, I will follow up with an additional punch, either as just the next attack in that combination or as something to distract the opponent that then allows me to back away to safety. For the working out parts, this part I'm excited about. I actually just recently got me a treadmill. Yeah, no. And the reason is because like the last update, I finally moved my weights from the barn up to the garage. I now have somewhere I can do stuff outside the weather. So I got a treadmill and it is out in the garage as well. And the treadmill that I got is the Grit Runner Curved Manual Treadmill. I really like it. It has different levels of resistance to make the track harder to move around whenever you step on it. And it's really cool because it allows me to work on like very specific things that I do. One, as general exercise, but also can help with my martial arts as well. So it's pretty versatile and I really like that I got it. So that is it for the end year review and the Baki update for 2026. I'm Matic, and I'll catch y'all next time because we're about to start the hard stuff.